Hello, welcome to part 3. So I've done a shorter style. This is a slightly longer style. Now I'm going to be completely honest with you, I haven't pre-practiced this one, I had pre-practiced the other one. So I'm back to my prepped wig, if you remember from the prep video. So it's all back and it's down and it's pretty unstyled, pretty messy. Okay, so one of the things I will say is, if you don't have a natural fringe, you can buy clip-in fringes from Shein. These are from, I think these are from Shein or Temu, one of them. So they just have little clippies here. So for example, if you are factory in Liverpool, you could just get yourself an extra fringe for Liverpool. Now these are obviously pre-set, they haven't been cut. So what you might want to do is decide on the basic style, and then when you put them in, you might have to then cut it to shape. But for example, it's just an idea. So you could style this and then for example, yeah, you clip it in. So you just clip and then however you can, you style it in. I would recommend, so there's various different colours. So there's a lighter colour one, which as you can see is quite plain. This one has a fringe sort of cut in. So for example, it's really hard to do this way round, but for example, yeah, you just sort of clip it in and then you've got your Liverpool style, for example, right? So that could be an option. Another hair thing I got on Shein, which I haven't tried and tested, but it's this little clip bumpy thing. So the idea is obviously you can clip it in there, and then when you back comb it over. It just gives a little bump if you need a little booster. So those are some things I'd recommend that you add if you wanted to add to your collection. So I think for this one, I'm just going to focus on sort of the back combing style. Pretty standard, so getting a whole bouffant. Now, if you've got the time, obviously putting heated rollers in your hair to get the volume is a really great way of adding a bouffant. So to add the extra height, or to make sure you've got the height, you can do that. So all I'm going to do, nice and simply, I've already got mousse in it, so I already know that's there. So the main thing I want to do, now what I might do actually is I'm gonna I'm actually going to do a small bit of parting here. So I'm going to section off a bit of this front. Okay, and then the rest I'm going to back comb. Actually, I think I want to do a bit more. Okay, so I'm going to try and do this maybe a bit more than I did before, just to get a bit more volume. I've done like the front row. I'm now just going to do the rest. Key is the getting that structure in the base of the hair. I'll go a little bit further back for this one. Right, so now I've reached the edge of the crown, I'm actually going to back comb forward, because I'm then going to give a bit of length. I still want length, so I'm going to back comb this way rather than that way, because then it adds some volume to the back, but I don't want too much. So remember, you always want to try and get your volume first. Right. Okay. Right. So I'm going to do exactly the same as before. I'm getting my bristle brush. This is what the bristle brush is sort of made for. So I've got my craziness. Now I want to brush it back. I'm going to do it on the side just so that you can hopefully see. So remember, see how tall this is now? It will not be this tall when I'm finished. Now we want to still be very gentle. So I'm going to brush with the tip. Right, now here it's a little bit straggly, so I'm really just going to use the tip. Right, I've really overdone it here, so I'm going to use the tooth of my thing just to pull out some of these really tangled bits. That's a bit better. Because I've slightly overdone it there. Right, now I'm going to look at the front to check it's even. Right. I'm not finished. because I thought what I'd do here is, now we've got the bouffant, right, and I've got my fringe selection. Now I want to keep this out. I want to keep this section and this section, so I'm going to keep them there. Right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take about where the ears are, okay, so I'm just going to take maybe to just behind the ear. Take this section. I'm going to comb it through. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to slightly give it some volume there and then smooth it, and then I get a pin for the minute, so I'm going to tie it. To again about where the ear is. Now, nice and simply, I'm going to tie it. Now, as you can see, when I tie it, see how this kind of retains its shape a bit.